Girl, it's never too late to learn something new for and about your body, okay? Listen, I'm just saying. What's up, Journey fam and guests and any returning guests? Welcome. Again, we are going to do something new today, switching it up just a little bit. We are going to be talking about feminine hygiene tips. Y'all, it is never too late to learn something new for yourself or about your body, to improve your hygiene, maybe to help some problems and issues that you have. We can all learn from each other. So that is what we're going to be doing today. I'm not going to put a number on it because you know I like my numbers now, honey. I will put a number on something in a New York minute. But we're not going to put no numbers on it today because I might throw in something extra in there that I think about, because I had to sit down and brainstorm, like, what are the things that I wish somebody had told me when I was 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, even all the way up, y'all. There's grown adults that come to me sometimes like, I'm ashamed to say, but I don't know what to do about this, you know? And I don't know about you, but I've gone to the doctor before, like, hey, what's up with this? You know, what do I do? How do I fix it? I have done a lot of research to try to figure out how to fix things on my own, and I just want to share them with you. So that is what we'll be doing today. So let's get into it. Okay, ladies, before we get started, just make sure at the end of this, if this helped you, to smash the like button. Hit the like button. It helps your vloggers, your influencers, for the free 99 to you. Hit the smash button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button and support your channel, especially my Journey fam, and to any guest. And I hope that this is something here that can help you guys. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are. I am speaking to the young girl all the way up to whatever age. There is no age to learn something new. So we're going to go over things that you may already know and some things you may have no clue about. So stick with it. See if there's anything that can help you. Make sure you have your pen and paper or your notes in your phone. And don't be afraid to ask me again in the comments. If it's too private, hop on over to Instagram and I will pop that down below, and hop in my inbox and ask me there. I'll be glad to help you if I feel like I know it, or you want to ask me something really personal regarding one of the items that I mentioned. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is something very, very known to man, but some may not know. I think when I was a teenager, hold up, skirt. If there's any men up in here, get out. Get out of here. This ain't for you. This is not for you. We're not talking to you. You don't have what we have. You need to exit. Because this is about to be very personal and very private, and we're not talking to you. So we're going to give you a few seconds. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing. Okay, y'all. So the first thing we're talking about is panty liners. Your basic thin panty liners. Now, I know some people are like, hey, I don't want to wear those because I sweat or whatever it is. But y'all, as a young girl, and especially to my younger audience, if there's anyone in here, like, some people's bodies literally just, I'm gonna use the word leak discreet more than others. Even if you don't have any kind of infections or any of that, everybody's body is made very, very different. And so for the younger girls, if you're finding that your underwear are staying wet and you don't want that feeling, these come in handy. Adults have that issue too, so we ain't even gonna hold you. But I definitely want my younger girls to know about these if you don't know. They even have them for thongs, okay? And they're very, very thin. I'm not going to open this because I actually use these. But they're very thin. They even have some that are breathable now. And you can buy them in like a 15, 19 pack, something like that, for a little over a couple of dollars. And you can keep them in your purse. You can keep them in your wallet. You can keep them in your gym bag, anywhere you want to. But guys, this is something that I didn't know about growing up when I was younger and didn't understand my body and what was going on. And this will keep you from feeling that wetness, dampness, smells, whatever. Now, if you do have a strong odor, you do need to go see a doctor. But just your regular, regular odors that we have, every woman has their own scent or whatever. And you don't want that, in your underwear, your clothes, then you do want to use these, okay? These come in handy for many reasons, but definitely keep these on deck. The next thing that we're going to talk about is an item that I had to search high and low for. If you are a woman, a young girl, anybody that struggles with yeast infections or BV, recurring BV, which is like super duper hard to get rid of. And some women just have reoccurring yeast infections. It's just a thing. You know, some of our bodies run really hot, and it's just like you can try every medicine in the world and it will come right back. You can Google this literally and see women for days, like comments for days. Go on Amazon and put in yeast infection and look at the medication and look under the reviews, and you'll see comments for days. Even with BV, same thing. Bacteria vaginosis, if you don't know what that is, and that is a recurring thing that comes back with a vengeance. It does generally make you smell really, really bad. It's really an embarrassing thing. And so you do want to kind of get that under control. But if you go to the doctor, they're throwing all these medications at you. And I did a lot of research, guys. And so there is this item called PhD. That is something that I found just through hours and hours and hours of research, and so many good comments on it. These are suppositories, and so you do have to insert them as far up as you can. The way these work is you put them in at night when you're about to go to bed, and let it melt down, and that's how you use those. So you want to use them also with like a thin light pad, because it could come out and mess up your underwear. It's not anything like super horrible. It is white. The pills are white. Let me see if I can show you. They are pretty much, they look just like a pill, but listen, you don't want to confuse these. And can you see that? You don't want to confuse these and swallow these mugs. So you make sure that you are coherent and not inebriated or anything of the sort before you use these, because you swallow these, you go into the hospital. So it says PhD, feminine health, boric acid, vaginal suppositories for vaginal odor. And so if you do struggle with BV, using these a couple of times in a row, drinking a lot of water, it does actually literally work. It is the only thing that I have found for either of those. I've recommended it to many people for different reasons, and it has worked for everybody that I've recommended it to. So if you struggle with any of those, like, no shame in the game. We're all women. We all have these issues. Some people never have these issues. God bless them. They are lucky. Great genetics, right? It has nothing at all to do with having awesome hygiene. Like, this is just something that some people get and struggle with. Sometimes you get it in different ways. And once you get it, it's hard to get rid of. But this actually does help. Guys, you can find this at Target, or you can find it on Amazon. I will try to find it and link it down below for you. But this is the holy grail if you struggle with yeast infections and BV. All those monostat creams and all that stuff don't work. It works for like a day and then it's done, right? But this is like immediate effects. You will immediately see like a result the next morning. And if you have, you have instructions on the back. You can go on Amazon and read the reviews and see how people are utilizing them. If you're struggling with one, you can get like the so you can go to your doctor and get the oral pills and take those at the same time that you're taking these, especially for like yeast infections. You're going to knock that out. But then you do have to, after that, be careful and watch what you're eating, drinking more water, using cotton underwear, making sure you're using the right soaps and things like that, which we'll get to in a moment. But this is going to help set you off right. I'm telling you from personal experience, as well as having shared this with all of my friends and family, and they're having the same good results. All that monostat, even that prescribed cream, all of that, nothing worked until I found this. So hope this helps you. Okay, ladies, since we just got done talking about yeast infections and BV and all those things, and we're still talking about down there, and the pocketbook area, we are going to talk about, I mentioned a moment ago something about after you start getting it under control, watching what you eat, watching what you drink, drinking more water, those kind of things. Wash is super important. So if you struggle with BV or yeast infections, any of that, even UTIs, you need to be very, very careful about what you use down there. These nice, beautiful smelling, awesome soaps are a no-no. If you have a sensitive body like me, this is gonna set you on fire. And not literally, but like if I were to use this down there, it is going to be hell on high water. Like I cannot use any scented soaps down there. Okay, so you need to know your body. Do you have a sensitive body? If you do, that means these are a no-no. And that came straight from my gynecologist, but also just noticing your own body and what happens when you use certain things. I personally cannot use any scented soap, and I mean any. It don't matter if it's a bar soap, a wash, even the feminine soaps still have too much scent in them for me. So know your body and know when you can and can't use those things. If you struggle with BV or yeast infections, you don't need to be using anything with scent in it. What I use that I found that has worked, and when I figured it out, and this wasn't even me Googling, this was just me trying everything in the world, and it worked. I have stuck with it for years. It is the Dove Sensitive Wash. Sensitive wash. You have to make sure that it says sensitive skin. And it doesn't have, it's hypoallergenic, it's sensitive skin, and it doesn't have any scent in it. It's scentless. So this has worked for me. Again, you have to make sure that you are doing the medicine for it, but also making sure you're maintaining it as well. You don't want to irritate your body. So the Dove Sensitive Wash for my sensitive ladies who have the sensitive skin, the sensitive bodies, you need to make sure that you're using this. I buy this specifically for down there, and then I wash everywhere else with this, and then go back and double rinse to make sure none of this got anywhere it shouldn't have gotten. But I don't use anything down there unless it's this. Honey, if I don't have this, I'm about to run to the store real quick, okay? Bar soap, they have it in a bar soap form as well if you are a bar lady. I like this because I don't like all the scum that comes with the bar soaps, but either one works. They have this and they have the bar soap, but if you have a sensitive body, you want to go and grab this. Now, if y'all hear Thomas the train going by, I don't even know why this train is going by right now. I don't even know where there is a train around us. But all of a sudden I hear a train. So hopefully you guys don't hear it. But if you do, like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know where they came from. So, all right. Since we're still talking about the nether region, the pocketbook, we're going to talk about now shaving. So we're thinking about, we're talking about odors. We're talking about odors and how do we get rid of odors, right? That's kind of the train that we're on. We want to smell nothingness, right? We don't have to smell like flowers, but we want to smell like nothingness in the least. And so making sure that you're shaving down there, is hair holds odor. I mean, just like under your arms, most people shave under their arms. Hey, listen, if you don't shave under your arms or you don't shave down there, that is your business. Like, don't come for me on that. That is your business. You do what you want to do. If you want to have the bushes, that is on you. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm just telling you that it does help if you will knock it down or shave it off, because hair does hold odor, especially if you sweat really hard. There are some women who sweat really hard right in that front part, and so I've had many friends and many people talk about like smelling like onions, or I've even been around where people have made fun of other ladies that smell like that are struggling with that. And I think it's just that people just don't know what to do, and so I'm not gonna hold my razor up because that might be kind of like gross because it is a private area razor, but I'm going to pop one up on the screen. You can find these at Walmart. I'm going to see if I can find it on Amazon and link it for you. But it's the Chic razor. Yeah, I'm gonna look up the technical name for it, but it is a double-sided razor. You can use one side to shave your legs. You can even use it to shave your private area, and then there's an actual like clipper part. It's small. It almost looks like the end of a men's face beard trimmer, and it's small so that it can fit down there and shave for you. It does come with like several guards, so if you're a kind of lady who don't want to be baby butt smooth, you can just kind of knock it down some down there, or you can take them off and shave it completely off. And then you have the actual razor part, which is very guarded around it, so it won't cut you. Well, it can cut you, but won't cut you as easy, or you can shave it cleaner if you want to. And so those come in handy. I always keep one of those around. because they're super easy and they fit. You can often like stand over a mirror, sit on the floor, shave in the shower. But the water with this, because it is, you put a battery in it, it is battery operated, you don't want to get water in it. And so you would have to shave and then put it outside or put it on the little ledge and then take a shower. Of course, you can't be in there with the razor part shaving with the water running on it. It will probably mess it up. But doing that will help because hair holds odor. So there's that part. And then the next thing I want to talk about is for the women who do struggle with that strong kind of onion pungent scent from the front part of your private area. I found this by Googling again, and I was like, that cannot work, but it did. Deodorant. It is the craziest thing ever. You would never guess this. It actually was, I want to say she was using like it wasn't Mitchum, it was like a gel deodorant, and there was an older lady on there, and she was saying, I just put a couple of swipes of blank deodorant. It was like one of the cheaper gel deodorants down there, and it gets rid of the smell. And I've shared that many times, but it does work. And if you think about it, it makes sense. I mean, we put deodorant under our arms, right? That's where hair is, that's where we sweat, and it keeps the smell at bay. So does down there. So does down there. It actually works. I've tested it out. It works whether you use the solid form, the gel form, the spray form, the roll-on form. It doesn't matter what form you use, it still works. So them hot summer days when you're trying to smell fresh and you're trying to keep from sweating and or if you really struggle with that and you smell like that no matter what, because I do know some ladies struggling with that, go and find you something that will work. You do have to be careful to make sure you don't put too much so it's not running and giving you an infection, which we're trying to avoid. But you just want to put a little bit and like rub it in or kind of guard yourself and spray the top part. But it does work. Deodorant. I mean, but it makes sense. I know some women who say they put deodorant in all kinds of places. I never really thought about it, but it works. So we've talked about shaving, we've talked about the suppositories, of course, drinking much H2O, and now using deodorant if you struggle with that part sweating a lot and smelling. So again, just be sure that you don't get it inside the folds, but this is going to work, I promise you. Since we were talking about shaving, I do want to share, like, some women have very sensitive skin and you may like bump up or something like that, especially if your skin's not used to being shaved. So I have purchased and kept on deck this bikini shaving gel, and y'all, a little goes a long way. So I don't have to buy this very often. I would show you the consistency of this, but it is kind of sticky, so I'm not gonna mess with it on camera. But it says prevents bumps, itching, and irritation. So for sensitive areas. So as soon as you shave or nair, you want to pat dry off and go ahead and put this on, and it's gonna keep you from getting any kind of bumps or irritation. And since we're talking about that, if you don't want to shave, because some people, just like men, I hear that men struggle with razors sometimes. Sometimes your skin is just like very sensitive to razors. And so if you don't want to use that razor on you down there, and you can also nair. And so here's the bikini nair that I keep, that sometimes I will use as well. Not very often because my body is so sensitive. I get really scared that this might run and get somewhere it's not supposed to get. And so if you want to, you could just use this on top or on the sides, but be very careful with it, especially if you have a sensitive body. Now, if you want them sisters that got them iron steel bodies, then you might can roll with this all over and everywhere. But be careful with it. You don't want to burn yourself. Our bodies are very sensitive down there, of course. But here's an alternative to the razor. But either way, this or the razor, you want to try to buy some of this to make sure that your skin doesn't have an allergic reaction or bump up or get irritated. So yeah. Okay, ladies, I think this is probably the last of my like nether region stuff, if I'm thinking right. But if your body is sensitive like mine, and I always keep sensitive skin baby wipes. Sensitive skin baby wipes on me. I keep them in my room, in my personal drawer. So I have a personal drawer that's all organized with my tampons and my pads and my razor and my PhDs in there. Everything's in there nice and neat. I also keep these in there, and I keep these in there, both coming from the baby aisle, right? And so these I keep in there because I keep these guys. I keep one in my purse. I kept, when I worked in a building with a company, I kept them at my work area. They're just these little, they're the little baby bags. They almost look like the doggy bags. You know, poop bags for the dogs, but they make them for babies too. So this came from the baby aisle, actually from like the Dollar Tree. And I will keep these, and I will fold them up and keep them in my purse. So you know the little inside zipper part in your purse? I keep this, a panty liner, an extra pair of panties, and a tampon at all times on the inside of the zipper of my purse. You ain't gonna catch me out slipping out in the universe without nothing, right? And so you're like, okay, Tiffany, what is this for? I use this for, like, let's say you're out to eat with your homegirls or out to eat at a luncheon with your work people, and all of a sudden your cycle comes and you don't have anything on and you mess up your clothes accidentally. Because that happens to any and everybody, okay? You can go to the bathroom, take them off, put them in here, wrap them up until you get home. Change underwear, put your pad and tampon on. And if you have wipes in your bag, because I keep these everywhere, then you're good to go. Like, you're clean, you're fresh, and you can get home. These have been protected. They're not messing up wherever you stuck them. And you can put them, spray and wash them, and put them in for the wash. And so I keep these everywhere. So the box does stay in my personal drawer, but then I have them like in my purse, in my work bag, everywhere. If it's gym bag, you can put them anywhere. But these sensitive wipes, guys, I have in the bathroom, both bathrooms. I give them to my daughter. I have a pack for myself. Like, you can use these for a whole bunch of things. I will leave more details in the description, because I don't want to get like in too much detail on here. Keep it PG, you know. But you can use these for a whole bunch of things. If you want to feel fresh, you can always, that's why I keep them in the bathroom. So I don't like flushing wipes down the toilet. I have an older home and I don't want to mess up my plumbing, and I hate paying plumbers. And so we keep these to wipe just like you would wipe a baby if they mess themselves up, right? Or if you just wanted to feel fresh or whatever. And so I keep these in the bathroom for times that you want to feel fresh. And yeah, I keep them everywhere. So, but make sure they're sensitive skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. You want to make sure it's not just a regular wipe. Now, if you're one of my homegirls that have regular skin, that body is steel, baby, you can just use any wipe. You can use the ones that smell good. But if you have a sensitive body like mine, you're going to want to get the sensitive skin ones, right? And keep them around for you. So you can use them to freshen up your pits. You can use them to wipe down there. If you go number 2, you can use it to wipe back there. The Perry bottles are becoming very popular. I just recently heard about those from watching somebody else's vlog. I will pop those up. I'm going to be buying some, and I'll keep you posted and let you know maybe on a vlog or something what I think about those. But they're just these little white bottles, clear bottles that you put water in, and you can use it and kind of squirt. Think of like a backwards bidet, you know, but you use your hand, and over the toilet you can kind of squirt yourself, and I guess the water will just, you know, run down into the toilet. I don't know how messy that is or not. We're gonna try it and see, but it is becoming a popular thing. Unless you have a bidet, honey, you fancy if you do. But the wipes work just as good. You get up, you wipe, throw it in the trash can, and it is what it is, you know. So yeah, make sure you grab you some sensitive wipes. Okay, let's talk about them thighs, honey. Let's talk about them thighs, them thick thighs, okay? So if you got thick thighs do save lives. Don't get it twisted. But if you have thick thighs, then you know what be happening when we wear different stuff. Rubbing, right? And so there's several different rubbings, several different creams you can use for rubbing to keep from like all the friction to help like glide, etc. And so y'all, this is really fun. My daughter laughs at this all the time. I had never seen this before. Somebody else told me about this, but I'm just gonna show y'all. Okay, it's called Lady Anti-Monkey Butt Anti-Friction Cream. Like, I don't even know. I don't know why they named it that, but it does work. It smells pretty good. It says say goodbye to chafed thighs. I actually used to really love this cream. It was so silky and so smooth. I can't remember who it was by, and they stopped making it. So then I was like, now what am I gonna do? And somebody had told me about this. I do like the cream better, but the powder does work. It's just like initially a little messy, of course, so you want to do it before you put any article of clothing on. I mean, if you got a baby or a kid, you know what baby powder do. It get on everything. So it is the same. It's like talcum powder. And you take it, put it in your hand, and then rub it in between your thighs. So, but it does work. I will see if I can find it. But this has been in my arsenal for a long time. I do enjoy the soft glide creams better. And I will see if I can find one and list it. But the powders do work as well. So, yeah. Since we are talking about the thick thighs to save lives, we are also going to talk about, the infamous darkness that happens down there. Now, I hear that darkness comes from not drying properly down there, as well as friction. So, guys, I ain't even finna hold you. I have it too. And so I have started using fade cream down there. And so this is the cream that I have been using as of lately. You can find it at Walmart in the black section. It is the Ambi Even and Clear Fade Cream. It is working some, as well as scrubbing, using a light scrub there every now and then. You don't want to do it too much. That's a very sensitive area, very soft skin. And so you don't want to do it too much, but every now and then just exfoliating your whole body and making sure you're getting right there really well when you do it. But this I use actually daily. It's a small tube, and it's not super cheap. So you don't have to use this one. There's many fade creams, but when we talk about like feeling confident and doing things for ourselves and doing things to improve ourselves, like that is an area that most women are a little ashamed of or insecure about. And behind the butt as well, like underneath the butt as well, and the back of the thighs, it gets dark sometimes. And so grab you some kind of fade cream. It doesn't have to be this one. This one is a little pricey for a little tube. They have much bigger tubes, especially if you go to like the Oriental black hair care shops. They have all kinds. Grab you one, but use it daily along with a little light scrub here and there, and make sure you're drying off super well so that's not counterproductive to what you're trying to do. But yeah, I really like this one so far. I can see results. You can always go to a dermatologist if you are in, here is my baby, this is my pro tip. If you are in the DFW area, that's the Dallas, Fort Worth, Irving area, there is a doctor called Dr. Blackburn there. I don't know if he's even still practicing anymore. I think his daughter may have taken over. That man is the holy grail. He ought to pay me for putting him out here like this. But he is the holy grail, you guys. I struggled with hyperpigmentation on my legs my entire life, and if it weren't for that man, I would still have them. And it is because of him today that I can walk around with skirts and shorts on and feel confident, and I'm eternally grateful to that man. I have not been able to get up that way. I need to, because if I had, I would be using his cream, which comes in like different size tubes, bottles. But for now, until I can get up there, it's going to be this. So grab you some cream somewhere, or go see an actual dermatologist and get some fade cream. He is an African-American doctor who knows about African-American skin, and that's why his stuff works so well. His formula works so freaking well. So if you're in the area, you best go see him, honey, or see his daughter, because I think she might have taken over by now. So there you go. Okay, guys, before I move on to like the upper region, I did miss something that I wanted to share. It also comes from the the baby area. It just is what it is. A&D ointment. So if you find yourself irritated down there in any kind of way. Sometimes with yeast infections, you can get irritated down there. I mean, there's several different reasons, like sometimes using the wrong products, things like that. Do not be afraid to go and grab you the A&D ointment from the baby aisle and use it. And this is the like yellow clearish kind. This is not the white kind. This is the yellowish kind, and when you spread it out, it actually is like more clearish. I hate the white cream. I hate that even for babies because it's just so dang messy. But this actually works. And so if you are sensitive bodied and you start having issues from shaving or medicines or anything, slather this on and you're going to feel a whole lot better the next day. I did want to share this with you as a tip because it actually does work and it does help. Again, I will leave details down in the description, more details for everybody. So yeah. Since we were talking about hyperpigmentation just a moment ago, I kind of want to talk about the legs real quick. If you can't go to a dermatologist like Dr. Blackburn, now I will say if you struggle with hyperpigmentation, I did a lot of microdermabrasions, and you'll have to look that up. I will put a little bit on the screen about it. I did a lot of microdermabrasions and chemical peels, and then I went to an esthetician, and she used to use these resurfacing pads on me and give them to me, and I found them suckers on Amazon through a lot of searching, and so they look like this. I don't know if you can see that. But they are these little pads. I'm gonna open it and let you see. There are these little bitty pads in there, and they're very, very thin. I'm not going to take them out and touch them because I don't want that on my hands, but they stay very, very, very moist. I've had these for a while because sometimes I forget they're in there. But as I was getting like my microdermabrasions and my skin peels, and I was going to Dr. Blackburn and getting the fade cream, I was using these every night too, because they are low enough of a strength that you can use them daily. And it did help me. So if you're struggling with you can use it on your face. You can use it wherever you have hyperpigmentation. I know some people have like chest acne and dark arm acne and adult face acne, scars on their legs like I did from scarred chicken pox. Like, you can use these daily and it really does help. So exfoliation, which is what a microdermabrasion is, and then using these daily. You can find these on Amazon. I will link these down below as well. Okay, ladies. We are talking about legs still, so let's talk about strawberry legs. If you don't know what that is, I'll pop that up on the screen. Some women have it, some women have it slightly, some women have it really, really bad. Sometimes it's kind of conditional. It seems like I see it every blue moon, but not really. I think it's from like a bunch of ingrown hairs. And so what they say have helped through my research is exfoliation. This is the, I don't know if you can see that. This is the one that I use. Guys, it doesn't even have a like freaking company name on it. It's the weirdest thing, but it's not Tree Hut. Now, we usually use Tree Hut all the time, but Tree Hut is a little more expensive than this one. And so I decided, like, let me try that one because it smells wonderful. And so I was like, let me try that one because it's about $3-4 cheaper than Tree Hut. And the grit was awesome. It works just as good, right? And so this one is Island Coconut Shea Sugar Scrub, Walmart. Go in the Walmart aisle, go over by the scrubs, past Tree Hut, and look for this plain. They all have brown. I think they all have brown. No, I think the top matches whatever the scent it is, I think. But if you look at it and they don't have no brand name, that's it. And so they smell really good. They don't have as many as Tree Hut, but it is cheaper. It works and it smells good. So strawberry legs need exfoliation. You need to exfoliate. And we ain't talking about rub your skin raw. Don't come back here talking about my skin is messed up now. But you need to lightly exfoliate your skin a little more often than you're used to, like maybe every couple of days, every other day. You know what your skin can take. And we're not talking about tons of pressure. We're just talking about light rubbing exfoliation. And that is what's been said to help get rid of strawberry skin. And so I'm imagining this plus like every now and then this, and then your chemical peel should kind of help with that. So if you have strawberry skin, make sure you exfoliate. Okay, now we're going to talk about those pits, honey. Let's talk about those pits. I don't know if you're like me, but I have always been that chick that sweated a little too much. I don't know. Like, am I a grown man or I'm a grown woman? What are we doing? Honey, I've always sweated like some kind of brimmer bull, and I do not know why. I don't understand it. I have combated it since I was a young girl. I think I can remember as young as being in at least middle school, struggling with wanting to smell good and not be out in this world smelling like raw onions, you know? And I've tried all my life, and I did not figure out how to fix that until I was an adult. So again, doing lots of research and also trial and error. One of the things that I found during research is using men's deodorant. So I use men's deodorant. Don't judge me. We actually use Old Spice. I know that probably sounds so crazy, but girl, it works for me, okay? And listen, for all the naturalists in the world, I feel you, I hear you, I respect what you're doing for yourself. Keyword, yourself. Please don't get on here talking about what all is in deodorant and what all is not good for you. And it's lots of things in this world that's not good for us, and we still partake in it, and we still do it, and we still go into the knife, and we still do all kinds of things that's not good for us. If I want to not be out here in these streets sweating, and everybody else want to be in these streets smelling good and not out here smelling like a bowl of onions, let us do it, please. Just let us do it, okay? Back to the regularly scheduled program. But the men's deodorant has more protection in it than the women's. Go figure, right? Because they're men and they figure they need more protection than us. But for some reason, some of us have a little bit more like sweatier jeans and you need a little bit more protection. So I learned later in the game that I needed to be using, after I had tried every female deodorant in the world, that I might need to try men's deodorant. And I found that through Googling, because their percentage of the protection is higher. So you don't have to use this one, but I will say that Old Spice is the one that's trying to go more unisex. If you see those commercials online where the husband is like fighting the wife over using his products, his wash, his deodorant, all the things, they are trying to go a little bit more unisex with their stuff. You can smell some of these. This one is Bear Glove. So Bear Glove and Wolf Thorn are the two that smell more feminine. And anytime somebody's near me, they'll be like, "Oh, you smell good." Like if I raise my pits or somebody's laying on me or something, they can't even tell it's men's deodorant, honey. So after I had used everything in the book on the female side, I went over to the men's side. And interesting enough, a lot of men use women's deodorant. So I guess we're just switching up. I don't know what we're doing. But if you're like me and you struggle with sweating, this is one of the things that might could help you. Try it out and see if it helps you more. Okay, two more things for the underarms that I want to mention. This I actually found just wandering through Ulta. And I was like, let me just try that. Not that I'm super struggling, but every now and then my cycle will cause my hormones to get off, and all of a sudden my deodorant will seem like it's like not working its best. So I was like, let me try that. And that is this Mega Babe Happy Pits Detoxifying Underarm Mask. It is like a clay, a dark clay. Let me see if you can even see. No. So it looks like this on the end of it, and if you can see, it has a lot of holes, and I'm not going to squeeze it, but you squeeze it and it comes through these like these little holes as a dark clay. If you can see around the edges, you see the darkness around the edge. That's the clay. That's the color of the clay. And so your armpits won't have to be clean, so you want to be careful not to like be scrubbing too hard or do anything that irritates them, because this might not work well with that. But if you, let's say you go to bed for the night and you don't put on deodorant, and you wake up in the morning and you want to like pull all the toxins out of your pits, you just take this and squeeze it and rub it up under there real good. And you don't have to be walking around like Frankenstein or anything. You just like let it sit under there for however long it says on the back. It says use it 1 to 2 times a week and let it sit on for 5 minutes and remove with warm water or a cloth. So you can take a shower or use a cloth. But y'all, it actually does help. I can tell a difference in how, not how much I sweat, but sweating and not smelling. You know what I mean? Like, we're supposed to sweat because your body needs to cool off. That's your body's way of cooling off. But we don't want to stink when we sweat. And so this has done a good job of kind of resetting my armpits. So I do use this every now and then. The other thing that I have to do, it may not be something you have to do, but if you are one of the chicks that sweats excessively, struggles with like smell or scent or anything, that same scrub that I told you about for your strawberry legs, I use this daily. Do you hear me? Daily. Only time I don't is if I run out of it and I can't go to the store or something like that. But I use this daily. And you just take just a little bit, maybe a quarter size, rub your hands together with your armpits and just massage it in a circle all over your pits from front to back, up and down. And really, I'm gonna tell you something else it's done. It's kept my armpits from getting dark because I do exfoliate quite often. My armpits stay the same color as my skin. And you know, that's another area besides our butt and inner thigh that tends to get dark are the armpits. So it has kept my armpits a nice color and without blemish, as well as like I have to strip off all that deodorant at the end of the night as well as the scent. So if I use this, I'm smelling like nothing when I get out of the shower under my armpits. I'm smelling good because I smell like this and soap. And so I will get in the shower, wet my armpits up, and kind of like scrub with water, kind of get the top layer off, and then I will use a quarter size of this, more if you need to, but don't overdo it because you don't want to irritate your skin. And then I will rinse it off and go behind it with soap and water. And so yeah, this is what I use every day, and this I use every now and then. I don't even do it once or twice a week. I do it when I think about it or when I notice my body is kind of off and the deodorant seems like it's not working as well, then I will use this. So, but if you have that iron body and you just want to, you can use it more. But you can buy it at Ulta. I don't know if they sell it online. I will try to look for it and look for a link. But you can find it at Ulta in one of like the little middle aisles. So there's for the pits. Okay, ladies, the last thing that I'm going to share with you is if you are like me and you struggle with dark circles under your eyes, I do use under eye patches. You probably have seen, especially if you're on my Instagram, you've seen me with those on before, walking around looking crazy. But and I mean, it's really big. It's really in right now where everybody is wearing them. I use two different kinds, and I think I only have one left. I don't even know if I have one left actually, but I will pop them up on the screen. I'll pop up a picture of what I look like in them, and then I will pop them up on the screen because I actually think I'm out of them. But if I don't sleep a lot and I'm really tired, I will tend to get not puffiness. I think us as African American people generally tend to get sinking and darkness rather than the puffiness, but they actually work for either one, and you can actually find them for specifically darkness or puffiness. Those I get at Ulta as well. You can also find them at Walmart. You can find them on Amazon. I will link them down below for you. But I use these gold ones, and then I have these white ones that I use. So if you struggle with dark circles under your eyes, you do want to get some of those patches and use those when you start to notice it, as well as get you some kind of hydrating under eye cream to kind of help combat those circles, because you want to feel confident and you want to feel, you know, good when you put on your makeup and not feel like you have to have a bunch of concealer to hide it. As we age, things start changing. So definitely like make sure you use some of those patches if you struggle with that, and you can find them in several different places. Again, I will link them down below as well. Okay, my beautiful ladies, I hope that this has helped you. We have gone over like the pocketbook area. We have gone over the legs, the thighs. Again, you can use that cream behind your bottom. I gave you a pro tip. We have talked about the armpits. We have talked about under eyes. We've talked about chafing and all the scrubs, all the things. I hope that there's something that I've mentioned today that has helped you in your new journey going forward in your hygiene, improving your hygiene. If you're a younger person and you're like not having a lot of guidance, because not everybody's mom, sometimes people don't have the tools in their toolbox to teach you and give you the tools you need in your toolbox. That's something I'm definitely learning in the job that I do, the line of work that I do. And so you learn it from other people, and you put those tools from other people in your own toolbox, and then you give them to other people as well. So I hope there's something that I've mentioned today that helps you. Again, I will take my time and list these things, as many of them as I can find down below. Most of these items come from Walmart, Ulta, or Amazon. So I will try to link them down below. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give the video a like. If you are a returning viewer, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you a part of the Journey family. If you are part of my Journey family already, you know how I feel about you. I already love you, girl. And boy, but boy shouldn't be up in here. I love you, girl. And I hope that this has helped y'all. Please let me know if you have any questions. Again, if anything is too like sensitive, hop on over to Instagram and leave it in my inbox. I love to help. I do have a full-time job, so it might take me a second, but I will get to you. So yeah, hope this has helped you. If you guys have any feminine tips that you want to share with our Journey family, please leave them down below in the chat. Not the chat, but in the comments. Please leave them down below. We'd love to hear them. If something that you try works for you, let me know. I love to know it. And yeah, just thank you for coming by today and watching, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.